jersey, but we are ready for football nonetheless at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Denver Broncos and the New York Jets. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. Intensity level will be off the charts.
The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led by the number 2 overall pick in April's draft from BYU, the rookie Zach Wilson.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Good running right there, and this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Davis now. Escapes the defender. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's a give to Davis. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. He's got it complete. Mike Davis. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So a great throw right there. And what a regular season this rookie had, piloting this offense, guiding them to a division title. And they get the home date here in round 1 of the playoffs. But, Charles, how do you think they'll play it here? Will they run the same kind of wide-open offense they've run all season, or do you think that they'll try and take some pressure off of the young fella?
Oh, I think they're going high, wide, and handsome in this one. I think it's all out, just as they've been doing all year long, because I think if you try and pull it back now a little bit, you're telling that young man you don't have quite as much confidence in him as you've professed. So go ahead and continue to run your offense. Do the things that got you here, that so many defensive coaches have told you and me. All gas, no brakes. Let it rip.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Wilson. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly have the chance to get off the field here just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on third down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what? That drive continues.
A first down carry for Davis. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Davis. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. Now Wilson. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Braxton Berrios there to make the grab. And the Jets will strike first here in this wild card matchup. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a 7-time Pro Bowl quarterback in his 10th NFL season now. That's Russell Wilson.
And there's really no underestimating or downplaying the incredible regular season he had throwing the football. When you throw for over 5,000 yards, that's a monster season. He's got an offense that's certainly capable of doing damage in the postseason as well. But he also understands that defense tends to win championships in the playoffs. He wants to find a way to set that aside and advance his team.
Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice run right there. And we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of. And here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year. And look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. But that's not to say that this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn pressure up in the postseason. So let's see how he handles things early.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Now Wilson. And here's a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets 39. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
They'll run for the first time with the former Bearcat, Mike Boone. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
You know, it was tough for them to stand on the sidelines and watch the other team take it downfield and score, wasn't it? So they knew when they got on the field, it's on them. Pick up first downs, get downfield and score. How about them picking up that 3rd and short?
I was just going to say, you and I were talking before the game, those 3rd down conversions are going to be huge in this one. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Wilson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Always so many storylines when you're playing January football. And, Charles, you talk about this offense. Their head coach, it's his first time in charge in the playoffs. And I think you and I were both kind of surprised by his demeanor and specifically his comments and his confidence at the press conference where he really all but guaranteed a victory.
Yeah, I was a little bit taken aback because you don't normally see that. And on one hand, it's like, all right, cool. He feels great about his team. But on the other hand, it's in his best interest to do that. How many playoff games has he won again, Brandon?
None.
So there's your answer right there. I guess what he was trying to do was fire up his team, but he has to make sure he doesn't fire up the other guys because there have been a lot of coaches who've made guarantees that are no longer coaching in this league.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there, and if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Williams will try again. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. Williams.
And did he break the plane? Yes, he did. Touchdown.
Javonte Williams.
A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. That one in the books as a 12-play drive.
And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get him downfield.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. The Jets on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Wilson's throw complete there to Moore.
Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Elijah Moore.
65 yards. And the Jets have taken the lead. Zuerlein connects on the extra point. And it makes the score 14-7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown.
Isabella now from his end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They go play action with Wilson. Flushed out right and brought in by the tight end Cook. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. High throw, but the catch is made. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think inclement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Midfield now. Here's Wilson. This is caught by Williams. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 39. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. It's Wilson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw there complete to Hamlin.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 14. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Broncos have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. So we're at halftime of this AFC. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. On the return, Andy Isabella. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bronco offense ready to begin this third quarter of play. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
From the 27, Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion. Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948. Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one of my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tuck roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game. In New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82. And the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Nikel Roby-Coleman. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
68 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. And sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. Two of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Mike Davis, a 23-yard run. And the interception by the Jets D leads to a touchdown. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 8. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. On the return, Isabella.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Denver's offense ready to go again.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now he dumps this off over the middle and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there. Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are. Stay with who you know.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a jet touchdown. So a pick six there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick six going the other way.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. On second down, Davis. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 101 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Davis. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On second down.
It's Davis, and this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Mike Purcell in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down.
Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We usually talk about does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
On third down, Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Cortland Sutton, 75 yards. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Taking it about the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this fourth quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend.
Wilson now off the bootleg. And he's got his big tight end here. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there on the catch and run.
The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
Well, no doubt here in the fourth quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Wilson. This is caught. Touchdown. Braxton Berrios. His second touchdown of the night.
And the Jets continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Zuerlein good with a PAT. And that will make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now Courtland Sutton and the rest of the offense getting ready for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well. Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Well, here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now Wilson on first down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is taken in by Hamler for a Bronco touchdown. K.J. Hamler. 33 yards. And the Broncos get a bit closer. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Taking it about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. And not a blitz there, but still able to get there from a strong safety position.
Yeah, I think that was a great example of what they call football IQ. Recognizing he was open, had a chance, and went ahead and got to the quarterback.
Here's Davis. He'll try and run some clock. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 121 yards rushing for him now as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the second round. The Jets on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now Wilson. A dump off for Davis. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. The sack by Ronald Darby coming from the corner. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So Russell Wilson in the offense. Down by 13. A little over a minute and a half remaining. It's certainly a tough situation on the road, needing 2 scores to stay alive in the playoffs as they come up 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Andy Isabella, 69 yards. And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. McManus now for the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And the Jets have got it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though. Now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take the knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. Solace on one side when the season ends, no matter where it ends, but especially in the playoffs, because there's all that build up to the moment. But I would imagine the post-game locker room speech, it'll have